Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show, episode 665. I am your host, Matrixlord212, and I'm with Chris L. What's up, Chris?
What's going on, everybody?
What do you got for us, Chris?
Well, over the past few days, since we haven't really been able to do casts, there's been a couple of things about Shin Gojira that have come out. We got kind of a new poster, which was nice. It kind of showed, it was like a Japanese home or two Japanese homes with Shin Gojira walking in the distance. It's the back shot of him from the trailer,
Right.
which was really cool. It's a really nice poster. Nothing crazy, just has the release date on it, but really well done. And then there was a reveal of the high-grade Godzilla figures. They're releasing a couple of them. High-grade ones are about 2 inches tall. They're kind of like the Titans you buy.
Right.
Except they're well detailed. They're not like super deformed or anything like that.
Okay.
And they're releasing 54 Godzilla, I believe an 89 Godzilla from Godzilla vs. Biollante,
Wow.
and a Shin Gojira one. And the Shin Gojira one looks really good for a 2-inch figure. So that I'm excited to see what other Shin Gojira figures look like, because if they look like that one, they'll look really good. The big thing is New World Cinemas, which I believe is partially funding / distributing Shin Gojira, is trying to get it released in America.
Mm-hmm.
They said that they've been on Twitter a couple of days now saying we are doing our best. We are trying to strike at least a limited release in America, a deal for a limited release in America, because right now there's no plans to release it in America.
Right.
So, who knows? Hopefully they get that done.
And this is because they never really do well in America? Is that what it is?
Yeah, Godzilla 2000 Millennium, I believe, was the last Toho Godzilla movie to be released in America, and it did not do well.
Okay.
So
they just don't want to bother. Understandable. I can understand that.
Yeah. Other than that, there hasn't been any news. Nothing new. Again, it's very slow.
Shin Gojira. Yeah. I even got the magazine, and it really didn't have nothing really about it, which is not really good. There's been rumblings about this whole Ben Affleck thing.
Mm-hmm.
That he's not happy. He's gone to Warner Brothers. He's not happy. Is he trying to muscle out Zack Snyder?
I doubt it.
No?
I doubt it. I believe he's been made a producer for the DC Cinematic Universe, which is great.
Producer, right? Yeah.
Which is great. I know that I believe Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot, which is, by the way, that is the way you say her name.
How you say it?
Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot.
I heard it on a commercial for a movie that she's doing, or that she did. She's in that movie Criminal.
What do we call it? Gadot?
Yeah.
Gal Gadot.
Some people say Gadot. But in the trailer, the guy goes Gal Gadot. So I was like, okay, that's how I'm saying it from now on.
Gal Gadot. All right.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, okay. But anyway, apparently she's done filming Wonder Woman, and she's going right into Justice League. Like, she's filming Justice League, like,
right after
now. So
let me ask you a question. So they didn't really start filming Justice League yet?
I think they did, but I don't think her parts have been filmed yet.
Okay.
I think they started filming like maybe they're doing like preliminary things. I'm pretty sure they started on April 11th, but I don't know. Maybe it got delayed, but I know that either they started filming or they're filming very soon. So it doesn't sound like Justice League is delayed at all, at least part 1.
Right.
It doesn't sound like Zack Snyder's getting booted, because I believe he's directing and producing it. So
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I don't know either, honestly.
And Aquaman is still going, I guess.
Sounds like it. The only one that sounds to me like it's been halted is The Flash.
Well, that should be. Really. The Flash is a way to bring in the TV, characters because of alternate universes and stuff. And there's no reason that our Flash could not appear in the movies, So that's just I don't know.
Well, I
Anyway,
mean, Zack Snyder's not wrong, or whoever said that is not wrong. Tone-wise, they don't fit.
it's
But that's
dark.
not,
Right.
that's not their fault. They don't need to all be dark. That's the
Right.
thing. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Not every show needs to be. Not every movie needs to be dark. And
No.
from what I understand, Wonder Woman's dark.
Yep.
Aquaman's supposed to be the darkest.
Seriously?
Yeah, from what I understand. But my question, Chris, is how dark is dark? Like, how much more? I mean, Wonder Woman's going to be darker. So what's she going to do? It's going to be like Clash of the Titans, rated R, ripping people's heads off? I mean, I don't.
I believe the movie's set in World War One. I mean, she's gonna probably be like, ripping Germans apart and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And yes, Germany in World War One, people.
Yeah, it's okay. Okay, so I'm gonna give you this article, Chris. Now I don't know what to make of it. Again, if there's any spoilers in it, I know you don't want to read it. I don't want to read it.
I'm fine with spoilers.
Okay. Well, I mean, this is a review of X-Men Apocalypse.
Okay.
There's some early reviews, and it's kind of like a mixed bag, I guess. But let's get them out anyway. Give it to you there. And just try to tell us,
Okay, so this is coming from Dark Horizons again.
My favorite friggin' movie site.
Yeah.
Since I started going on the internet, its existence. So just to let you know, that's like my favorite site, darkhorizons.com. Okay.
Okay, so there's a bunch of different things. I'm just kind of reading through. They're saying it's like a big extravaganza.
Okay.
This one didn't get it's not really getting great reviews.
All right.
It's saying that this one's a bit of a mess.
Oh, no. It's an apocalyptic mess.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
we'll leave it at that.
For a conclusion of a trilogy, it falls short.
Ugh. Well, it's not a conclusion, though. I mean, here's the thing. You can't think of, back in the day, 80s, 90s, it was trilogy.
Yeah.
And then Alien kind of made it quadrilogy. It's like there's no more threes, okay? Movies go on. So if they're looking at it that this movie has to wrap up everything it's not supposed to, it was never meant to, and there was always meant to be two others after this. So get out of your head with the whole notion that everything has to get wrapped up with the third movie, because that's thrown out the window now. Just let everybody know about that. So that rule is gone. So nothing is getting wrapped up because it's continued in the next one. So, that's that. What about the other article I gave you?
Yeah, this one has got me scratching my head. Apparently Sci-Fi has generally confirmed that there's definitely going to be a pilot for Krypton, the Superman prequel series, which I believe is canon to Man of Steel. It's
the adventures of his grandfather.
Right, because it's being executive produced by David S. Goyer. So I believe this is probably canon to Man of Steel and the DC Cinematic Universe.
Right.
Sci-Fi doing it here's the thing. Those shows don't last very long.
Yeah.
Do, but I don't know. I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not really. No.
Yeah.
I don't care, to tell you the truth.
Yeah. I'm not really crazy about the idea.
Yeah.
So, not being a hater, it's just that we never really seen the adventures of his grandfather or his great-grandfather or whatever, and it's kind of pointless, being that they're all going to die anyway. So I really don't think it's a purpose for that. So, anything else?
Not for that, but there's a different article here that you sent me, which this is actually really interesting. I've been reading it. Apparently the Russo brothers had to kind of demand that Giant Man show up in Civil War. I guess the studio said that they thought it would be silly, but they said, no, it's a comic book movie, and it fits. if you do it right, which I think they did it the right way. Honestly.
Right.
I bought it. Then again, I mean, it's a Marvel movie.
I loved it that they had that. So,
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I think the giant man concept, I mean, if people are willing to buy that he shrinks down to the size of an ant, why can't he grow? Why can't he do that? They introduced the idea that he has those discs that enlarge objects in Ant-Man. So it's not like, oh, we've never done this before. They did it in Ant-Man. So I don't think it's a big deal. And again, it was nice that he wasn't OP. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But hey.
Yeah. Now, could you read the other article?
I am trying here. I'm getting a lot of pop-ups here, but
Okay.
So yeah, Supergirl season 2 is starting to look like it may not happen.
Yeah, and if it does,
the ratings and the budget were not as good as they were hoping, and apparently Melissa Benoist is that her name? How you say it? Apparently she got cast in a movie, you were telling me, and so she might not return if there is a season 2.
See, here's let me try to explain it to everybody because everybody's kind of confused on this subject, okay? When we reported that season 2 was approved, it was approved.
Right.
Okay? This is kind of some backpedaling, okay? It was approved, and then they kind of were like, well, they started picking, which once you prove it to me, that's it, okay? But they started being like, well, $3.5 million, that's a lot, and the ratings is good, but it's not. See, that's the problem with people now, right? You used to have a certain mandate. It passes a certain thing, you go, Now, even like when a movie makes a lot of money, it's like, oh, it's not what we wanted. I don't like this new concept. So they knew when they created Supergirl how much money was going to cost per episode. Okay? So for you to approve season 2, and then you go back and you're like, oh, well, it's a lot of money, and maybe we could do better at CW. And so now the actors have to report because they're I guess, they probably have a thing in their contract that there's a season 2 they're signed, okay? But there's a certain amount of time that they have to let the actors know, hey, you're going to have to come back in a couple of months and film, And they kind of were jerking the chain of the actors and actresses, okay? These people, can't wait. Sometimes they may not get a role for a year or whatever. So Melissa Benoist, I think that's how you say her name, I think. She got offered a movie. So she's going to do a movie. But, they made it sound to her like they changed their mind. So it's not her fault. And, of course, she would come back as Supergirl. But you're waiting too long. They started throwing out these fucking articles. Excuse my language. I hate cursing. But this new trend about that confuse the shit out of people. It's approved for a second season or it's not. But don't go trying to rewrite the article saying, no, it's not approved. No, it was approved. It was approved for season 2. They freaking said it. It was announced. They're tweeting it all over the place. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, it's not now. I don't like this trend. I'm seeing articles pop up now. That's fake articles. Regular stuff. It used to be when Doctor Who stuff was no news, they do fake articles. Now they're doing fake articles for everything, and it's a pain in the butt to sift through that stuff. So, to me, I mean, I don't even know what to believe anymore, but I really hope there's a season 2 of Supergirl on the CBS, because if it's not, it's going to be not as high caliber show as it is on CW, because she has all these powers. How can you not afford for her to use her powers?
Yeah, I hope they renew it because I know there's a lot of people who liked it. So, I mean...
Yeah, I loved it. It's ridiculous. I loved it, man. So, enough of that. I mean,
that'd be really unfortunate if that show didn't get renewed because that would be a big blow to the whole DC TV lineup.
Yeah, first of all, that would be the first failure, which it isn't a failure because the ratings weren't bad. So, that would kind of be like a thing where Marvel could say, hey, look, they got canceled. Ha-ha. But... Yeah. In the case of Agent Carter, I just want to say this, okay? she got Haley Atwell is doing another show. So it's kind of impossible for her to do Agent Carter because she's already signed for another show. So they say these things like Agent Carter's canceled. No. It had good ratings. It's just that she's signed for another show. So why does it have to be a negative thing? Like, why do you got to create a negative thing? Like, oh, that's what I don't understand. So they got to get out of this trend. I mean, they put these fake titles for articles and then if you watch the video, none of that is said. So now we have to go work that much harder as journalists to put stuff on the YouTube podcast because these fake articles out there. So I do apologize, people, if everybody's confused about the Supergirl thing. I'm even confused myself, and it should be renewed. So what else, Chris? There was some Star Wars stuff too, right?
There was. I mean,
they said something about Bloodline being what episode 8 is or something. I mean, what's that about?
Bloodline is very important to apparently stuff that happens in episode 8. I know the book came out or is coming out. I think it's already out actually, but I heard a review about it. It got a very good review. So I mean, it's probably going to be something that people should read. You don't have to read it, but I think it should be read because Ryan Johnson apparently consulted on some things. And apparently there was a point where the author said she was giving an interview with Collider, and she said that she designed what a place looks like, and then Disney or I think Lucasfilm, one of them stepped in and said, you can't make it look like this because this is going to show up in episode 8 and it looks like this.
Okay.
So I guess it's she said like an area or something or a building or something. I know that there have been set pictures from episode 8 showing the island that Luke and Ray were on. And by the way, I have to make a correction. A couple of casts ago, I said it was New Zealand. I don't know why I said that. It's Ireland.
Right.
The island is by Ireland or owned by Ireland. It's Ireland territory, I guess.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, it shows a couple of huts that look like possibly somewhere like maybe the Jedi might live or meditate.
Okay.
The interesting thing is, this might be a spoiler, but there's a dead tree on the island. And in the comics, which are canon, Luke has a Force tree. He has 2 of them. One of the things is he gets a Force tree. He gives one of them to Poe Dameron's mother, and he keeps one for himself.
Okay.
That might be the same tree.
What's the significance? Why would the tree die, though?
Because possibly it might signify someone turning to the dark side or something. But the tree, apparently its life force is the Force itself. That's why it's like a
why would it die?
Thing. I don't know. It might not be the same tree. It might be something totally different. It might not even be a tree, but it looks like a tree. So, I mean, that might be something big. Hopefully it is. And then there was more talk about what Luke's costume looks like, and they reported that on Collider. I love the costume. If this is what he's wearing, it looks fantastic.
Do you have a shot of it?
I don't have the shot that they...
What color is it?
It's gray. It's like dark gray. I mean, it looks fantastic. There's no actual pictures. It's just fan art right now. But, I mean, it looks great. If that's what he's wearing, I can't wait to see him in action. Hey, I can't wait for episode 8, man. I'm getting excited.
Pumped, right?
I'm already excited for episode 8.
Oh, man. It's crazy. Well, what about Rogue One? Aren't you excited about that too?
Yeah, I am. But like, it's kind of gone news dark a bit, so it's like. Yeah.
Isn't there a big Star Wars day that they're gonna not? I'm not talking to one that just passed, but isn't there a big?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's Star Wars Celebration. Yeah, I think it's in London. I think it's in London this year.
Yeah.
We're probably gonna get stuff there. I wouldn't be surprised if we got the first theatrical trailer or something. Because I know Comic-Con is gonna be pretty bare this year. Because everybody's kind of like, nope, we're doing our own thing. See ya. Like. Yeah,
that sucks. I don't know. All right, it is related to this because I promised I would never talk about this on the Real Walking Cast. So, you've seen Fear the Walking Dead.
I have.
We were talking about it. while I was watching the replay of it because I didn't see the firsthand because I saw it in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I gotta say, because I was talking to Sharon about this, and you and I were talking about this off here.
Yeah.
Please apologize if I give some foul language. Okay? You have a friggin' show that's about zombies. Okay? And there's no effing zombies. Right? I don't know if they have no money to do it. I don't know what the problem is. Then they decided, originally, they had this concept of let's do it on the water, and they had it in their head that originally the walkers could swim. And then at the last minute, while they already have this concept, they said they're like, by the way, they can't swim. Because if they could swim, they could climb. If they can climb, they could run. And it would ruin the whole show because Rick would not be able to handle zombies running at him. Okay.
Well, you want to know what actually to add to that. You want to know what actually like behind the scenes broke down because of that? Like they couldn't swim. They actually confirmed this. They said this on The Talking Dead. They said that they had the makeup, but it couldn't work in the water.
Right.
So they couldn't do it.
Yeah. So how do you explain you having a whole season of 15 episodes on the water, and you can't have walkers in the water? Like. Oh, did we think about this?
I don't know how, like, here's my thing. Wouldn't you, I mean, this is just me, maybe I'm wrong, but wouldn't you test the makeup water before you started the show? Like,
thank you.
Test what your main villains, quote unquote, are going to do. Like, let's say you were shooting a DC or a Marvel movie, right? And you had to see we're going to do a vacuum chamber battle.
Right.
But the props don't work in there. Oh, well, then you can't do it. Like, or you find another way to do it.
Where the hell would you get that a zombie would be smart enough to swim? Because, again, if you could swim, and this is different, okay? Yeah. It's not like the George Romero movie where it was, I guess, Land of the Dead, where for the first time ever, I guess the zombies were evolving, and that zombie was getting smarter.
Yeah, it's the one that was using the gun.
Right.
Yeah.
And first he started running and then jumping and climbing and whatever and trying to be like the apes, like Caesar teaching the apes how to whatever, So, like, you can't have that in The Walking Dead. They would never be able to handle that, Rick, and all that. Like, just them starting to be like humans and running around and crazy shit like that. So, like, that was a bad idea with the water. Bad idea. One episode they play Boggle. One episode they play Monopoly. Then you get this is the funny thing, right? I hated the opener, right? Then I'm like, all right, we'll give it a chance. All right, maybe a little bit, maybe a little. There was one episode. They're on the land. There's walkers everywhere, right?
Yeah.
This is great. Finally, finally we get shit like this. I'm happy, right? And then it stops again. Then it goes back to this shit. When it's like humans and humans and humans and humans. And then I'm saying to myself, I'm like, Sharon, how are they going to do with Talking Dead? If like there's no walkers darn, And then the guy becomes a walker, and the other one walker. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I just don't think that, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's because I haven't watched the past two Talking Deads. I taped it on DVR. But how could you talk about it? Like how could you show like the walkers dead and shit? There's no walkers. So, again, this is slow.
Well, one thing too, I wanna, because I've stopped watching The Talking Dead for this.
Slow.
I've stopped watching The Talking Dead for this because I barely get through the Fear the Walking Dead without falling asleep, or wanting to do something else. But here's my thing. I've noticed this the past few times, like before I stopped watching Talking Dead for Fear the Walking Dead.
Right.
They were constantly taking jabs at the audience, but like it was about something that I don't think is the main problem. They kept like Hardwick and some of the guests were going, well, people are saying, oh, they should do this, but they're like, but guys, you've been watching The Walking Dead. These characters haven't, so they don't know about what to do. And I'm like, yeah, okay, fair enough. But the things that most people are complaining about are common sense things that you would do no matter what situation you were in. or in a situation like this. Yes, none of us have ever faced a situation like this, so none of us can say, oh, I would do that. No. But common sense, right? There's people on the water. Don't talk to people on the radio that you don't know. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is like stranger danger stuff. Like, what?
Right.
What are you, stupid? Like, are you kidding me? So they kept taking jabs at the audience, and I'm sitting there like, are you really heckling your audience? This is how you turn people away from the show. Like, but you know why? Because the show is not working. And look at the ratings. They're going down.
It's bad. And I try to say, oh, yeah, I like these characters. No, I don't.
I don't either.
I don't like these characters. And then it's an hysterical thing. I guess the actress is like, oh, yeah, you know, we're going to do a flashback episode. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, there's no walkers as it is. Do you think I give a fuck why this guy got a barber shop and he started fucking cutting hair? And I want to see that shit for a fucking
I have to say this. And I apologize to anybody who disagrees.
I'm sorry for cursing, but Jesus.
No. That old man character, I know that he's a great actor, but that character has no personality to me whatsoever. No,
it's fucking... Let me tell you something. I loved him in everything. Predator 2 and friggin' the Bruce Willis movie, Color of Night, all these different movies he's been in. Fantastic. But this shit is... This character is just like, all right, he sliced people up wherever he was from in the war or whatever, and then he became a barber. It's like, no, I don't care about the backstory. I don't want to see him cut hair. Okay? I don't give a shit. Don't they understand there's no action? So now you're forcing us to have a flashback with even more no action.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
I like Strand and Nick. I think Strand is the best character. But, like, even he is starting to become uninteresting.
Let me tell you something. When they did that thing in True Blood, I don't know if you watched True Blood.
No.
I guess it was Eric. When they made it like he was going to be gay or something and they had like gay vampire thing, I was like, oh, crap. What the hell is this garbage, right? The whole thing with Strand being like gay or bisexual, I was like, what is this?
Well, that's not what I meant. I mean, like, I don't care about that.
But that was just like
the last few episodes, though, he's just been really bored. Like, when he was on... And I like the first season of Fear the Walking Dead so much better. But when he was escaping at the end of the first season, I liked him there. And then I liked him in this one when he was like, this is my boat. I make the rules. Right. You're here, my guests. You follow them. Right? And I was like, yeah, all right. You can go somewhere. But now he's just kind of like, man, all right, we'll do whatever you want.
We're all part of the family now. Like, that's the whole thing. It's like we're all part of the family now. And, you know, we're sticking together. And, yeah.
And then there's that Asian character, what's her name, Alex, she came back, and now we're probably not going to see her again until like season finale.
She's like the governor of like the Fear of the Walking Dead, but on a lesser scale. Like if governor's 10%, she's like 0.1% villain. And I'm like, I was so sure. I'm like, this freaking bitch comes in there and she's telling Travis, she's like, you know, are you fucking stupid? Do you see?
Well, this is my thing. Like, she's blaming Travis.
Do you see who cut the fucking line? You see?
It was Strand. Like, so I'm sitting there like, wait a minute. Travis was like, well, we'll tow you, whatever.
Right.
Why are you blaming him?
This motherfucker gives you water and he gives you shit. And then you obviously, are you fucking blind? Because that guy is a black guy. Like, what are you, fucking crazy? And it's just like,
and then,
like, please shut up.
And then that villain, I don't even remember his name, but the guy who was the main villain in the last episode who made, what's her name, the steak?
Yeah.
I was laughing. I was like, this is laughable.
Was that the guy Connor, a villain of?
Yeah.
But he was like, he's not a villain. He's a...
No, I didn't know what he was supposed to be. That character was so poorly written.
Lame.
And then he died, as far as we know.
And the pregnant lady, that was stupid too, because they copied that off of the other one that was pregnant. And let's just put up, come on, man. All right. I mean, again, and then Travis was like, hey, you know, you do what I killed my wife, so whatever. I was like, oh, please, stop it with the fucking... Let's have a moment. You're my villain moment, and I'm going to say the worst shit. Get out of here with this crap.
And I got to say, too, I mean, okay, what's her name? Oh, the old man's daughter.
Oh, the other one.
The one who got shot, right? It's so obvious that they're going to be like, oh, that gunshot wound has been infected or something like that. She is so boring. Those two characters have no personality. I'm sorry, they don't.
Right. I don't like Nick. I just
think
don't.
He's okay. I don't think
He's
great.
a drug addict. Now all of a sudden he's not a drug addict. It's like weird.
Well, apparently being a drug addict, excuse me, I can't speak. Apparently being a drug addict makes you prepared for the zombie apocalypse.
I guess so, because you died a million times, I guess.
Like, okay, he lived on the street. He knows how to survive. Okay,
right.
But did he have to fight zombies while he was a drug addict?
Yeah.
Was he fighting was he fighting zombified, ODers like frickin' every night or something?
I mean, here's the thing. I want the mother to live.
Yeah.
I want Travis to live. I want Alicia to live. And Strand. But everybody else could croak. And then if you have to kill somebody else, maybe Travis. It's like, because you got to weed out all the crap. You know what I'm saying?
Personally, I just want Strand to get to wherever he's going.
If
the show ended with Strand getting to Baja and that was it, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah. So I don't want to see a flashback of this one being a barber. I don't want to see a flashback of Nick going to school. I don't want to see. There's no reason for a flashback.
And you know what I want to know? The guy was, and we don't know. So they're probably gonna reveal what they're doing. So I'm just saying this before we see it. So I might be wrong, and if I'm wrong, I'll say it later on. But like on another cast. But like the guy said. You have enough to pay for other people? What are you going to do with money now?
I don't know.
What the
I'm going to tell you what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to call. There's going to be an emergency meeting, okay? Because this is going to go to mid-season finale, and then they're going to take a break, and then I guess they're going to film the other episodes if they didn't do it already. I guarantee you, because the ratings are so low, right? I'm going to call it right here on the Everything Show. You're going to see the fucking governor appear on like fucking the second half of like Fear the Walking Dead, wiping everybody out, and then it gets canceled. There you go. Because they're going to throw somebody in there, like the governor, and getting to this point or something, because it's going to be so on the verge of cancellation, they're going to have to do something.
They're gonna go back to America, or before they make it to Baja, if they make it to Baja, they're gonna go buy something and it's gonna say like Negan's Auto Body or something like that.
Or some shit. Or ping pong. What was he, a ping pong
champion? Apparently he was a used car salesman. I don't know. Whatever. Doesn't matter.
Negan's used cars. I can't wait to see that. Like that side. Oh crap.
We knocked these prices out of the park.
They're going to see Dale drive with the friggin' RV.
Let it ride!
I think we saw some RVs, by the way. If you remember. Yeah.
Maybe Glenn will deliver them a pizza or something.
God. That's bad. I got to tell you, I don't think it's not going to make a season 3. I mean, I know it's approved, but I mean, there's got to be a clause in there if the ratings are that bad. That they just kind of chalk it. I mean, I know they don't want to, but. And then who the hell approved this another web series? The 116-part thing, they're going to do that shit when Rick comes back. Who the hell wants to see that?
Walking Dead, I-75.
No, it's going to be a Fear the Walking Dead fucking 16-part episode shit again.
What is it going to? Is it going to be on like a yacht this time?
I don't fucking know.
No, they do it in the... No, there's going to be parasailing zombies. That's what it's going to be.
I don't know. Please just put that show out of its misery. They can't Chris, they can't have like 15 episodes in the water, right?
No. And what are they going to do? What are they going to do? Every time they need supplies, we got to go to the wood. Oh, zombies. Oh, there's bad people over there.
Doesn't the boat operate on fuel or no? I mean...
I don't know. It's one of these really...
I don't know boats, but...
I don't know. Maybe it's got a nuclear reactor in it or something. I don't know. They've got a desalination thing in there. I didn't even know you could have that on a yacht.
I don't even know. I mean,
don't get me wrong. that set, they actually built that. That's amazing. That's beautiful work.
Yeah, I know.
But I don't know.
It's boring. There's no walkers on the water. It's like they'll never encounter. They could just stay in the water, you know?
Yeah.
Fish for the rest of their lives.
I want to see surfing zombies. If you're gonna do that, like.
But here's the thing, right? If they have, here's the thing, right? If they don't have to worry about food, right? Because they fish, right?
Yeah, it's not enough though.
Yeah, okay.
But like, they don't have to worry about water, which to me is like, that's the essential thing.
Right.
Because like, you can go without food for a while, and like you said, you could fish theoretically, but you can't drink salt water. But they have a desalination thing on the yacht, so it's like, okay.
Right. And it's like that new invention that was created recently. You can make water out of air.
Oh.
That's real life, but that's, art now, this time now. Man, that show's got to go.
Or just shorten it. Make it 6 episodes.
No, they're not. They can't.
Whatever.
They commissioned it. It's already.
I know.
This season has to finish.
Yeah.
And then they can decide, all right, does season 3 5 episodes, or is it going to 15? I mean, I think it was already commissioned for 15 also.
This is why they greenlight things too quickly.
Exactly. And they don't understand that this is going to destroy the audience for regular Walking Dead. I mean, I love Chris Hardwick's Talking Dead, but you don't need it here.
No.
You don't. I mean, that's going to wind up getting it canceled. Just talking that's going to get canceled because of fear. Because that's like, you don't need it.
No.
So, as it is, I don't know about you, Chris, but, I'm like forcing myself to watch it. And I'm like,
I forget that it's on sometimes.
It's like you have to do it, And I'm like, oh, come on. But it's like torture. But we're watching it, Because my main thing is right now. Game of Thrones is on. Jon Snow. I don't care about anything else. So watching Game of Thrones or whatever. When that's done, I watch the replay. I watch the DVR recording of Fear the Walking Dead, and then I skip Talking Dead because it's late and I have to do my podcast. So, yeah. But what is it? 2 more episodes left?
Something like that.
And one of them is a flashback, I think, which is ridiculous. Or part of a flashback. Ugh. Just end Fear the Walking Dead, and no more spinoffs. Okay. I don't want to see. I don't want to see it in China. I don't want to see it in New York. I'm done. Basically, I just want Rick and the gang, and that's it. That's all we need. One more thing, I guess, before we get out of there, Chris, the article I sent you about Zorro, you have that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's going to be... Hold on.
Everything gets rebooted, I guess.
Yes, there is going to be a Zorro reboot starring Gael Garcia Bernal.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds pretty interesting, actually.
Yeah. I don't know if I can screen share. Probably not. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Zorro, the last thing I saw with Zorro was what Antonio Banderas, one? There was 2 of them.
Zorro Reborn or something like that.
Well, there was one after that, right? I didn't see that. Antonio Banderas.
Tell you the truth, I haven't seen any of them.
Yeah, that was with Catherine Zeta-Jones. Yeah.
Never watched them.
Yeah, Zorro's a cool character, but they reboot everything, so it's like, what are you gonna do? And I think, is there anything else before we go?
Not that I know of.
I predictions of Civil War, $1 billion this weekend coming up.
Eventually,
Really?
maybe not this weekend, but
Really?
Eventually, I think.
I think it's going to reach $1 billion by the weekend or Monday following. But we'll see. Because it's basically tomorrow will be $700 million anyway. So, and we'll have more news for you with the Supergirl stuff and everything else. So, all right, guys, that's it. Take care. Bye for now.